Hello everybody, my name's Ed and I love to eat living food. I live in a van and my friend who also loves eating living food lives in a small apartment in an upstairs thing with a very unsunny balcony. And so we've decided to start guerrilla gardening in a park nearby. It's a beautiful park and so far so good. Just want to take you on a little bit of a tour of our garden. We live in a coastal area. The soil is very, very sandy. It is sand actually, but I like gardening in sand because with the input of organic matter and getting some good healthy bacteria and fungal properties into the sand, you can pretty much grow anything. You can always increase the water retention of the sand by including organic matter. You can do something about how water repellent the sand is actually by adding organic matter. So my inputs to this garden have mostly been through my worm farm, which I'll show you later. But yeah, all the household scraps produced by my friend's family go through the worm farm and turn their waste into beautiful vermicompost and liquid fertilizer. I use a little bit of potting mix to start planting, and I also have been using Natramin, a product I swear by, which is basically crushed rock, and it remineralizes the soil and therefore vitalizes our cells. I use natural kelp or kelp-based products such as sea salt. I've been using just the pile of lawn clippings that are aged and composted and leaf litter for mulch, and I think so far things are going pretty well. We've certainly been eating out of this garden most days. So now for a little tour. So here we are. This is just on the edge of a park. I've got some lovely oak leaf lettuce growing there, some mizuni, a Japanese style of green, and some little recruited tomatoes, plenty of rocket, which is all going to flower now, and I was just watching some lovely bees happily browsing on the rocket pollen. You can see some mizuni over there with the yellow flowers. Got some nice broccoli growing. Had plenty of picks off the broccoli, which is very nice. Some sweet peas, some mizuni flowers. Tomatoes, some carrots, which were just direct seeded. Just built this little trellis out of found materials. Bought no sort of hard infrastructure for the garden. It's all been upcycled and salvaged from around the place. Over the back there I've got this old wash tub full of greens, a watering can with an eggplant, an old rubbish bin full of potatoes. Well, I hope they're full of potatoes. Some stuff in pots, more rocket, second crop of spinach just coming along, and just finished planting some radish seeds, because we've just about eaten our way through our first lot of radishes. Some more lettuce coming along, snow peas, mizuni. Got a couple of little patches of greens with lettuce, mizuni, rocket combination, which seemed to have worked really well. There's some coriander coming along there. It's my second patch of coriander. and a whole lot more snow peas ready to climb up the trellis. So that's my little, oh yes, and by the way, I've inspired some neighbours to do the same. So I'm just growing under this tree line here, which in winter the sun was low enough in the sky that the sunlight came in and nourished my veggies. I've been noticing lots of bees on my flowers lately, which is a really nice feeling to know that we're supporting the bees in the area as well. So yeah, that's the apartment complex, the rest of the garden, and the parkland. Oh, and I did want to say that I'm so stoked that every afternoon there's a pile of young boys who spend hours riding their bikes over this pile of soil. I mean, the council could spend 50, 60, 70,000, $100,000 on building a BMX track or a skate bowl. What they don't realise is that boys like to be creative and like to make do and create their own sense of fun, and so they've worked away sculpting this so they have jumps, and they just ride around all afternoon after school on this pile of dirt. I mean, when I was a boy, my parents used to say, if you're naughty, Father Christmas will bring you a pile of dirt. And actually it used to make me rub my hands together at the thought of getting a pile of dirt that was my own, that I could play with. And I guess now I'm a grown man, I still love to play in the dirt.